you guys, and welcome to the Holiday Impact, the podcast that reminds you that you have the power to make a difference. I'm your host, Chante Holliday, and each week we'll explore the mindset, habits, and strategies that will help you overcome obstacles, seize opportunities, and create a positive impact in your life and business. Joining me today is Hannibal Collins, and he is a business owner, but I'm going to let him introduce himself for those that don't already know him.
Hello, I'm Hannibal. I'm the executive director of FinLit Forum and FICO Finesse. We do affordable and effective credit repair. We also help people establish business credit, and we teach financial literacy. So I'm definitely happy to be here, happy to help all of you guys out, happy to learn, and happy to have this conversation because Chante is awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So I want to start from like your very beginning, like origin, basically, right? So why did you even decide to teach credit repair in the beginning? Like, what was your breaking point?
So it started from the bottom, you know what I mean? Pretty much I got rejected for 8 different apartments when I was trying to get my own place. I lived in an apartment that had no front door, which sounds crazy. Like it's like a townhouse. My very own apartment had no front door. I had mold in the bathroom. I had ripped up carpets that were teal colored, and I hate the color teal. So I had a really bad living situation. One of my roommates were really sloppy and bad hygiene. The other roommate had like a terrible attitude every morning at breakfast. So that was not a place I wanted to be at. And trying to get my own apartment, I got rejected from Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, the Bronx. I didn't try Staten Island, but I got rejected all around New York City. And the only place that would take me, I had to pay 5 months of rent to move in because I had a 500 score. And it was right next door to a funeral home in a terrible neighborhood in the hood.
Yes.
So that was like the wake up call to me that bad credit is expensive, bad credit is costly. That's what made me realize. And before, when you have to get a cable bill in somebody else's name, or when you have to pay in full for your phone, or you have a very low limit secure card, like those type of things you're used to. I grew up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, so everybody I knew had bad credit. But when you have that moment where you're like, I have to move somewhere I really don't want to move next to a funeral home and have to pay out the nose to do so, I had to pay 1/5 of my income for the year just to move in to a terrible place, right?
Right.
And that's when I realized bad credit was expensive. I mean, expensive, costly. It also costs you the opportunity. You're hearing no all the time, which is draining. So I taught myself. I couldn't afford to pay someone after that. So I read all the consumer laws, like the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the Fair and Accurate Credit Transactions Act, the Fair Credit Billing Act. I read a bunch of ebooks, audiobooks. I taught myself, and I took my credit from like a 500 to 740 in 4 months. And then I went to work and I cried because of how far I came and just that it was a paradigm shift that you could do it. And then I did a few coworkers, I did a few friends, family members, things like that. And then I realized this could be a business. And then it started from there. But it was not all peaches and cream and all that good stuff. Because being in business is not just smooth sailing. So
Never.
that's pretty much how I started. I started from having a wake up call, essentially. That
Goodness.
bad was really costly.
It sounds traumatic, but looking at I would have never known. It's like, because you didn't tell me that before we started the interview or anything. I don't know if you've ever told me that before and stuff there. So I'm just so proud of you and stuff there. And congratulations for all of your growth. That's huge, right? So let's fast forward now. You have a successful credit repair company where you help people from all over, which is a beautiful thing. So what has been one of your best success stories so far in that particular company?
I have a lot of people that I got rid of their bankruptcies, repossessions, evictions, things like that. The best thing is when someone realizes every conversation I start off with like a 40-minute overview, telling them how to understand credit better, what habits they need to maintain. Because if they don't fix the behavior and habits, they'll wind up in the same place. So it's like that paradigm shift that I give people. And when they get to let younger generations understand this better, that was my big motivation. Because that story I told you, I was 27 when I finally, kind of started getting the hang of that, of credit and things like that. I don't want people to be like me and wait till they're 27. Because I have some regrets about waiting so long, right? Like if I knew about that stuff, if I was cognizant about it, and maybe '05, I probably would have had like some house that, doubled in value from '05 to '08, crashed, went back up in 2019, went up from 2019 to current day. Like that's hundreds of thousands of equity that I missed out on because I didn't have financial literacy and have credit in order. If I paid 7,000 to move into an apartment, imagine if that was a down payment on a house. So it's not just hearing no. It's not just I paid $7,000. I lost $7,000. I lost opportunities, opportunity costs, things like that. So being able to travel the world, being able to help people from anywhere, being able to empower people, helping them reach their goals, helping them start their businesses, hopefully that helping them employ other people. And I fully believe entrepreneurs, spur innovation in this country. So it's all a cascading effect that I'm happy to be a part of. And I have a 3-year-old son, so I want him to grow up in a world where people are like empowered, self-sufficient, can help each other out, can employ in their communities, things like that, can give back. All those things are really, really crucial
And
they're
so
important.
what is it like owning your business and balancing fatherhood? Because you have a really little one.
Yes.
And he's a
So
beautiful young man, by the way.
he was the reason I am even like figuratively and literally successful, right? The timing of everything. Um, Being a parent is not something you can wrap your head around or fathom until you're there. You theorize and it's way different. When he's on the way, when it's like, okay, there's 8 months, there's 6 months, there's 5 months, there's 4 months.
That
There's a
countdown
sort
is
of
something
pressure. It's
else.
like I've been trying to be an entrepreneur in different capacities, winning and losing, things like that, ups and downs since my early 20s. And I love entrepreneurship, but I know it's feast of famine. I know it's up and down. I know there's times you don't have it. In my mind, I was like, when my child gets here, I don't have the luxury of doing what I've endured. And I'm fine with it. I was fine eating dollar pizza. I was fine eating, I had $5 for the week. I was like, all right, on this day and that day, I'm gonna get a McChicken and I'm gonna stretch it. I was cool with eating peanut butter and jelly, but you don't want to make your kid go through that. Your kid can't not have diapers, things like that. So that made me study and grind and go so hard. Like it's now or never making this thing work. In the months leading up because I wanted to be there. Like previously I worked 3 jobs at a time sometimes. I worked for like really good companies like Samsung, Microsoft, Amazon, things like that. But I wanted to be involved and I wanted to be present. I didn't want to work 12 hours a day. Like who's going to be there to raise and nurture your child? So I wanted the
Right.
ability to be present. And that's what made me go so hard. So the timing thing of when he was born, right after he was born, the pandemic happened. So that forced you to be home. And if I wasn't already in the mode of starting my entrepreneurial endeavors, like I'd have been broadsided like a lot of other people were. And there would have been nothing to like, we were in New York, everything was sheltered in place for like a long time, like a long time. So that figuratively, it made me prepared and it also literally put me in a position where I could be prepared to take entrepreneurship. And now I can literally work from anywhere that there's Wi-Fi or a cell phone signal. And that's been worldwide. So I can just pick up and go. I can take off,
And you're not
things like
exaggerating either. Like
no.
when he says he can work from anywhere, you guys, like Hannibal is the only person I know. Actually used to be accountability partners all the time together and stuff there, right? We are still and stuff. They were more so like more friends and stuff. And so like I know for like his growth has been outrageously beautiful over the years, right? So how many places did you visit last year alone? Because your traveling is what that's what I end up sharing and stuff with my family. So I'm like, I don't know anyone that travels as much as Hannibal does, like anybody. So let our audience know. Like,
So I went to like 40 countries in 36 months. Like every month I was going to a different destination. Um, and that was almost an overreaction, I'm gonna say, right? Because I threw an event in 2011, 2021, I threw an event. It was huge, but it takes a lot to throw an event. Like it took months of
right.
planning every single day. So that was so stressful on top of running a business that I wanted to give myself a reprieve once a month afterwards. I kind of overdid it but it's not as hard as people think it is. And I'll explain to people how you can feasibly travel. I don't want you to stretch yourself. I don't want you to exceed your means. I want to teach you like the right way to do this stuff. But I gave myself a little bit of a reprieve from working so hard every month, and I was able to do so. And if you're smart about it, I am frugal, so I do try to find deals and things like that. But I also plan my life and budget in a way where it makes sense. So you have 10% that you're investing, 10% you're saving, 10% that you're spending on yourself. So that money I spent on myself, I didn't buy expensive clothes and shoes and all this type of stuff and pop bottles at the club. I spent that on experiences. So if you make $4,000, you can take 10%, which is 400, and get a round trip flight somewhere. And you can get really good deals in different places. And I'll teach you guys how to do that. But I would pay for the trip in the front end of the year. And then by the time I went on the trip, I just planned them sequentially. So if I had one in August, the next trip I would plan would be for September. I might not pay for it back to back, but I planned them sequentially. And if you,
Right.
by the time I go a half a year later,
Mm.
the trip is paid for. So now I just need to worry about positive cash flow. So if it costs me 100 for the hotel and 50 for the car and 50 for the activities and 50 for food, I have to figure out like, how do I make more than the 300 I'm spending? And that's where your investments came in. That's where your savings came in. That's where your passive income comes in. That's where your affiliate things come in. That's where your business. So I would just be like, okay, I need to make 300. Someone needs to sign up for this, or I need to have people enroll in that, or I need to, do this or that. And you make sure you make more in a day than you spend,
Right.
and you're positively cash flowing. And it
And
just,
I'm sure that your business credit platform, you have a
yeah,
software for it. And so I'm
yeah,
going to let you definitely share more about that for sure too. But I'm sure your business credit software came into play too when it came to traveling and being able to write off
absolutely,
expenses and track everything.
absolutely.
So could you please share with us
Yeah.
what your business credit software platform is and stuff there, and how that came into play with just your everyday life with your business and traveling and everything, because I'm actually interested in knowing myself.
Got you. So, just like you mentioned, I was going to mention that when you do stuff the right way, in the right order, in the right sequence, you can benefit from it. So while I go places, it's very enjoyable, but I'm always doing work. I'm literally taking a consultation, or I'm going and teaching. I just taught on a cruise ship in March during my birthday month. We went to the private island of Bimini, St. Croix, Puerto Plata, things like that. And I taught business credit on that cruise ship. So while it was fun, while I enjoyed myself a lot, while it was scenic environments, I was literally working. And I literally shoot content and all these things. I'm working, so it's a business trip. I would rather bust my ass on the beach than work on, I love Brooklyn, but you know what I mean? I would rather be somewhere scenic than that. So
Right. I
when
mean,
you have the
Brooklyn's
right
great, but the
CPA,
Bahamas are nice too, right?
nowhere's better than Brooklyn. Brooklyn's home, but but now
I was waiting
so
for
I,
it.
but if you have the right CPA, that stuff can be a tax write-off and things like that. But more importantly, you want to get credit because the perks that are afforded with those type of cards benefit you a lot. So the same spend you do anyway on groceries, gas, bills, overhead, things like that, that can be spent on your card, which by itself, the rewards and perks that you get and economizing it, you can get free flights to places. Not only that, the very card you have can give you perks like free lounge access. So every time I travel, I didn't eat food at the airport kiosk and pay $30 for food. I didn't sit in the hard seats. I was in a comfortable surrounding. A lot of the lounges have showers to take a shower in. They have places where you can nap if you need to. Some of them have massages. They have free food, free drinks, things like that. So you get that lounge access for free with a lot of the high limit rewards cards. Or you also get free ability to skip the lines at the airport. So
Okay.
global entry, TSA pre-check, clear membership, all that type of stuff. You can just go right to the front of the line without waiting, not having to take your laptop out your bag, your shoes off, anything like that. Also, with clear membership, you get Avis Preferred. So you get 25% off of car rentals. You don't have to wait in the line where everybody else is. You go right to the car lot. You get the vehicle you want. You get an automatic upgrade. So you can be paying for a Camry and walk out with like a BMW, Benz, something like that. So It's the
Okay.
things we do every day
Yeah.
can be an elevated experience. You would think it costs you more, but it costs you less because you're not paying for it because you're getting perks with that. But more importantly than just having it on your personal side, as we all teach everybody, you can't use more than 30% of your
Right.
balance on your personal side. On the business credit side, you can use as much as that utilization as you want to. And not only that, you can have as many accounts as you want to and trade lines as you want to without it impacting you. On the personal side, your average length of credit will diminish if you're having too many cards. On the personal side, if you have too many inquiries, it's going to harm you. On the personal side, if you're using too much, it's going to harm you. But on the business side, you can get as much capital as you need to. They know you have a larger appetite for capital, things like that. So
Okay.
my
So what
business
made
credit
you want to
system,
start your software? Because a lot of people don't know about it yet.
gotcha.
And I know they would love to hear about it and stuff there. So what was your
Okay.
motivation to even create this?
So my motivation is I have an emphasis on education because I want people to understand credit and utilize it and leverage it. So on the personal side, I have 40-minute conversations. On the business side, I had to have longer conversations because the paradigm shift from personal to business is extensive. And people will hear clickbaity things like, hey, just get a card in the name of your business. And no one tells you how. And they don't tell you all the things you need behind it. There's stuff called lender compliance that a lender is looking at. Essentially, in a nutshell, they want to see, are you able to repay that debt? Is your business solvent, right? And they're looking at a bunch of indicators to see, is it likely that you're going to pay this back? You can't try to get 150,000 and you have $70 in your business bank account, right? That's called your bank rating. They want to
Right.
see you have an average daily balance of over $10,000. So they want to see that you have a location that's not like a PO box. They want to see you have a business phone number, a business bank account. There's a bunch of compliance things that are behind the scenes that make the difference between you getting approved and not. Like 85% of businesses don't get funded, right? When they go to the bank.
Right.
There's a reason why. That's because on paper, they're called data points. The bank is like, your business does not look like it can hold up its end of the bargain and
And
pay me
nobody
back.
wants to be a
And
liability too. Like
one wants to be a
sometimes I'm not
liability.
even mad at a bank for saying no because I'm
Right.
like, would I take
Right.
on this loan? Like,
Here's something they may not know, your audience may not know. In a nutshell, it's all about money, right? So a bank takes your money and redeploys it, right? So a bank is going to pull all the people together that have a loan with them, a business loan with them, and they're going to package in their portfolio and they sell it to the secondary market. Let's call that Wall Street, right? So if they can't sell your loan, they would never give you the loan in the first place. So they have to rate those like, hey, these are less likely to default. Buy these, right? So that's called lender compliance. They need to make sure that you have every indicator that looks like you're going to pay on time and you're capable, right? So I have instead of teaching people one-on-one, which was very time consuming, trying to change people's understanding around personal credit and business credit, I decided to be efficient and have a system because there's but so much time. I would never have time freedom if I had to keep doing this one-on-one. So the system I
right.
developed, it gives people, I spent a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of recordings. There's a video for every step of everything you need to do. There's direct links for every step. The Secretary of State website, where to get your SIC codes, all the stuff you need, your business bank account, your bank rating, every small thing that you need to fund your business. There's a direct link for it. There's a video explaining it. There's access to 200 lenders. There's access to 244 credit cards. Not only the credit cards, but the criteria of it, like what bureaus they pull from, which is really important to reduce your inquiries, what limits they typically give, what's the max limit they give, the reconsideration numbers if you don't get approved, all these things you have access to, and so you can make an informed decision before you even apply. We want you to know what credit score you need, all that type of stuff before you even apply, so you can be successful at applying for it. Or you can hit the reconsideration line if you don't get approved. So it's 200 lenders, 244 cards, 3,000 vendors that report to business credit bureaus. So not just like Uline, Granger, Quill. It's going to be actual services and products that you need for your particular industry, that's going to report to business credit bureaus. So I wanted to make a systematic, streamlined way for people to access that affordably. And then if they need concierge coaching, which is me or our funding team, walking them through every single week as accountability partners. And you know how important it is to have an accountability partner. We do that for 52 weeks for them. And that allows them to have guidance and meet whatever their goals are, whether it's getting government contracts, whether it's building out a trucking company, an Airbnb unit, anything that they need. There's 15 types of funding that they pre-qualify for, so they
What
know
about if
what they
they're
can
a credit
qualify.
repair business owner?
Perfect. So they'll know all the things that your client needs for you to get them approved, right? So rather than your client randomly applying for stuff and getting rejected, you'll see, oh, this is going to pull from Experian. This is going to pull from TransUnion. I have 4 inquiries with TransUnion, so I'm good. I have 7 with Experian, so I'm not good. Let me go to another bank, or let me have another lender, or things like that. It's just going to allow them to have a lot of resources.
Cool. Okay. So I like how everything is broken down and they have the option to either go about their journey kind of like solo dolo, or with
Absolutely.
you or your team kind of like holding their hand, right? And so with that and stuff, therefore, like with your system, how much exactly does it cost?
Gotcha. So for the virtual coaching, which is the videos for every step, all the access that I mentioned, the ebooks, all that good stuff, it's 1,111. So it's an alliteration. It's 1111. 1,111, and that's going to include personal credit as well. And everybody that enrolls in our personal credit or business credit products, they get a free vacation for 2 to a destination of their choosing. So it's a trip, it's personal credit, and it's that business credit access for $1,111. If you need hand holding and accountability partnership and mentoring to know exactly how to get funding placements, that's $3,333. And we meet with you on Zoom once a week for your particular funding goals and help you, go through those funding options.
I
So it's
love
either
that. So like
1,000 or 3,000.
okay, goodness. Okay, so that's not too bad and stuff there, right? Because you're helping them with their business credit, and then you also have a funding option as well if they want that
Yes.
later.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if I don't think that's a bad investment. If someone's trying to help me get over $50,000 and stuff, they're potentially over $100,000 worth of funding for my business later on. I don't think that a little over $1,000 is bad at all, or $3,000 for coaching and stuff there. I don't think that's bad at all and stuff there. Let me put it like this. The last retreat, like woman empowerment retreat I was looking at, was $2,500 if you want to share a room with a
Nice.
stranger, or 5,000 if you want a single room.
Nice.
I don't think that what you're offering is bad at is bad at all and stuff there, right? I'm a person where like I don't mind paying to be in new rooms to meet new people
Absolutely.
of a different caliber and stuff there. I feel like if you don't pay for something, you won't value it anyway. So like
Absolutely.
I encourage people and stuff there to definitely follow you, check out your systems, maybe sign up for a consultation and stuff there. Once you think about what you want and things of that nature. I know that Hannibal also has groups as well. So where are your groups? Where can they find it? Where can they sign up?
So one for the travel, because I've traveled every month and I want to help people do that. That's called Friends and Flights. So if they look it up on Google, I mean not on Google, on Facebook, it's the Friends and Flights group. The other group is called Finlit Forum. So they can do that if they need any personal credit or business credit needs. I think the question I didn't answer for credit repair business owners, the real key is the access to so many lenders, right? It's 200 of them. So if one says no, you have the number, the email, all that good stuff that you need. Also, it's about when you learn something, it doesn't get unlearned. So that's a skill you can use indefinitely and leverage for all your clients, and they can use it. So even though I might help them get placed with 1, 2, 5 different lending institutions, maybe 7 years from now, the skill set that they learn about the compliance, about applying in the right sequence, about the underwriting guidelines and things like that, when their business is properly positioned, they might apply for something 7 years from now that has nothing to do with me, but they have access to the resources and what a bank cares about. They see it in that lens, and they don't see it the way we look. you know, when we teach people personal credit, when they totally look at their report entirely different once we have a conversation with them. So it's full guidance,
I
videos.
like that you said that though, because here's the thing, right? It's like there's two things that I really enjoy and stuff there about your platform in general. So one of the things that you said is that like you can learn it and then you can teach those skills to better your community later, right? So you already know and stuff there. I help business owners open their online schools and stuff there and create their courses for them. I help them save time, the whole 9 yards and stuff there. But a person will not, it doesn't matter how much a person helps you create your course, right? You still have to build your influence. You still have to
Right.
serve your community. You still have to help others. And you need experience too, right? So when I say that, I say like, cool, if you want to teach something and stuff there, let's say you want to teach how to start your own travel agency, do the steps. Tell people about you doing the steps. Record it
Absolutely.
all. Go live. Talk to others. Make a group and teach people, right? And stuff there. But the reason why people trust Hannibal and stuff there with their personal finances, with their business credit, they trust him in his software and stuff is because he has spent years literally building his influence and his craft. And he's still building and doing a fantastic job at it, which is why I wanted to interview you. I'm so proud of you, right? So, like, I mean, he just told you guys and stuff. He was on a cruise in March for his birthday month, but he was on that cruise to teach business credit. He wasn't just like going there and stuff there to just drink every day and take pictures by palm trees. He was on the clock. That is a write-off. That is amazing, right? And stuff there. So it's those little things that make a person stand out as a business owner. Like, how is this person walking in their truth and practicing what they preach, which is beautiful, right? One more thing too, because I like giving people their flowers while they're alive. So give me a second. And so the right, it's the fact that now he's a travel agent. I didn't know that before. All I knew was I saw a man that was in love with traveling because he was traveling.
Yes.
He wasn't just going to the grocery store, taking a selfie by the cantaloupes and saying, I love Bali.
Oh my gosh.
I seen everything. Okay. He wasn't in Home Depot holding some loose keys and saying, new property, who this? He was actually out there. I've seen that too. I haven't said anything, you know, I'm quiet. I just act like I don't see it. I just keep scrolling. But you know, you done seen some things on them internet streets. Yes. So I'm just saying that, like, I know for a fact that I watched on stuff there. I watched him take pictures on a camel, horseback ride in the middle of the ocean and stuff there consistently over a year. He was traveling to a different destination while his businesses did not crumble. All of his clients were still amazingly serviced. He didn't have to sacrifice quality for a quality to his clients for a quality lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And so when I'm looking for a travel agent, when I'm looking for my friends that I can refer people to that are amazing at business credit, I'm looking to see that they are actually a testament to what they are teaching and stuff there. I'm looking to see that they are passionate about what they do. You don't have to have a mansion. You don't have to have a Lamborghini yet. You don't have to have a lavish lifestyle to just show that you care, serve your community and stuff there, right? In different ways. But all I'm saying is if I want to know how it is in Thailand or Bali, the only person I can really call to ask like that is Hannibal.
Yes. Yes.
Like my family and stuff there, my whole family and stuff, we're trying to retire this year and live dual citizenship and stuff there, Thailand and stuff like that, right? I am a lover of passive income. I'm a lover of e-commerce. I'm a lover of generating that people can actually generate wealth because I've seen it, right? If you see a problem and you become a solution, those are literally like, just take that sentence alone and that itself, you can generate money, right? So he created his groups, he's building his platform, and now he's expanding it. Definitely join his groups. Definitely tune in to whatever lives he does and stuff there. I know that you're still teaching and stuff there on a daily basis. If you're in the New York area and you need help with personal credit, definitely hit up his business as well too. Before we wrap up and stuff there, is there anything that you would like to share before I let you go, Hannibal?
So you hit on something. All the entrepreneurs out there, I love you. I understand exactly how hard it is and challenge it is. Don't do everything yourself. Have a system, outsource, have a team. The only thing is that allows you to make sure things still go on smoothly, even when you're away from it, and you have quality time to spend with the people you care about and the things you want to do. You actually can do that, but you do need to pay for those things, and it should not be out of pocket. It should not be out of your revenue. You should get capital attracted to you because you've built your personal credit or business credit, and you get a rate of return from that, from deploying it, from hiring, from outsourcing. Those things were really, really transformative to me. I had mentors, people just like Chante. I had people tell me the difference. Like I learned all that stuff. I told you my origin was learning all those consumer laws. And my mentor told me one day, she's like, it's great that you have a really great grasp on this, but why are you doing it? And she told me that like 9 times. And I didn't get it. I'm like, why is she asking me why am I doing this?
Right.
Like,
Because you're
it's
reading
wonderful
why
that you understand this. Why are you doing this? Right.
right.
I need to be doing the high value tasks. I need to be working on the systems, the strategic partnerships, the outsourcing, talking to colleges, speaking at conferences, collaborating, cross networking. I
And
need to do the
consistently
high
staying at your
value
comfort
tasks.
zone.
Right. I don't need to be doing the administrative task, the
Right.
redundant, repetitive stuff that I can outsource or automate or things like that. So
Right.
you definitely need to use. I used Shantae's course. It helped me a lot. I even used it during the conference. Right. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Some of the modules and things like that. So get systems and things that work for you. That's going to work for you possibly when you have that. Or even if you're not charging for it, it can be a value add that you give to people to attract people in your funnel to re-engage and things like that. So
Right.
all of my resources at HannibalCollins.com. You can go to HannibalCollins.com and get all my links and resources and all that type of stuff. If you want the business credit thing, a lot of it is completely free because I want you to understand everything. So go to finlitdiy.com, do your free success scan there. It's going to tell you what you qualify for now. There's 15 types of fundings. It'll tell you maybe you qualify for 3 or 4 or 1 or none, but you'll know exactly why you don't qualify. Then you'll also see all the things on the left-hand side. It's going to tell you every aspect that you need to address, give you direct links to address it, give you a video explaining why it's important, and all that's entirely for free. The only thing you're paying for if you ever decide to use us is if you want access to the 200 lenders, the 244 credit cards, the 3,000 vendors, and if you want us to guide you through funding placements and things like that. But I do want you to at least understand how to properly structure your business for
Right.
funding. So that's at finlitdiy.com. And I want you guys to travel. I want you guys to save. Definitely invest. Keep investing. Keep reinvesting. Spend a little bit on yourself. Spend some on growth. So that growth side would be hiring a mentor. Chante has a wonderful mentorship program and accountability partners. It would be hiring a mentor. When I hired a mentor, my business tripled and then it doubled and it never looked back. So when you make some investments in the right things, it takes you on an upwards trajectory that you never unlearn. I didn't unlearn what my mentor told me. I didn't unlearn the emphasis on having systems, and that makes you way better. So, and it's a tax write-up.
That
If
and
you're
it's a tax
doing the
write-off,
right thing.
right? So,
When you,
Hannibal,
yeah,
thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate you. Please be
yes,
sure to send me all of the links and stuff there where a person can
okay,
find you, follow you, invest in you, all invest in themselves, all of the things, right? So send those to my messenger. I'll make sure to put that in the caption above and stuff
thank you,
there. Thank you. I appreciate you.
thank you very much. I appreciate you too.
It's so fair. But you guys, thank you so much for joining me today on the Holiday Impact. Make sure to follow Hannibal on all of his social media platforms. And I will definitely talk to you guys next time. Bye.